Welcome back. This is C. Murray once again, and this is the Kingdom Hearts 2 HD Remix Critical Mode video walkthrough. Here, this is part 2 of the Land of Dragons, and we are right now just searching the area, collecting some crown heart puzzle pieces. Well, just puzzle pieces that are shaped as crown. I call them crowns. Some people call them puzzle pieces. Essentially, in this game, they are puzzle pieces. In Birth by Sleep, they are stickers for you to put together on like a little chloroform board, if you remember those. Or color form. I think they were called, actually. Color forms, not chloroform. I don't remember. But they were like cool things you had when you were a kid. But I'm just searching the area. As you can see, there's really not much hidden. There's one up there that I don't believe we can get to quite yet. Yeah, maybe we could. I kind of just abandoned that idea after it didn't let me on there. But maybe I can get up there. I don't know. I kind of abandoned it, though. And I know I don't. I believe I don't go back to it. I'm almost positive. But as we enter this cave, we're going to pick up a few more items. And then we're going to be hit with like a little horde mode of some enemies. So be prepared. Be sure to check in your menu and make sure everything is up to speed the way you want it, because it can be challenging. Tight vicinity with some enemies in critical mode can be annoying, especially with this big guy out here and his reach of spear. As you can see, I start the battle by getting hit. Not the way to go. That move will mess you up, so you can't stay in too close. I'm, at this moment, is doing everything you shouldn't be doing. I was just being a tad impatient and just diving in, which is almost costing me my life. I suggest that you stay distant, attack from a distance, but he's not as patient and you don't have enough distance to get away from, and these Heartless are a pain in the ass. They're like little ants just taking over. So with the big guy out of the way, that's the way I chose to approach this, was get rid of the big guy that hits hard and then take care of these little shits, as we're doing here. And it's really not that bad. It's doable. You just have to be patient, and we get two big guys at once. Not as scary as it seems. We can handle this. Just attack from a distance and be ready to be evasive, as I haven't been. I'm just not having any luck with these guys, but I use his jump ability to my advantage, take advantage of the stun, and he's down. And now one-on-one is simple. This is easy. There is no reason why you shouldn't be able to handle just one. And with the stun, we will get him. And we won't get him, he'll get me. That was close, but we evaded that. And we take him out. With a slide dash bonus and a maximum HP increased for Ping. I think that's what her name is. I'm sorry, folks. I have not actually seen the movie Mulan. As strange as that may seem. It just went over my head, I guess. I know the basis of it, and I get a little bit more insight playing this game. And I equipped the sliding dash ability. But yeah, it's just one of those movies that I missed out on as a kid. So we're going to return to the village now. And you may be wondering why you haven't seen any Valor form yet or any limits, and I'll actually be doing one of those here shortly. But as you can see, the village has been burnt down. Very depressing. And if you're wondering why there aren't any like cutscenes implemented in my walkthrough, it's because that isn't technically the walkthrough. I figure you will be able to see that on your own gameplay, and I don't want to waste anyone's time by sitting through cutscenes that aren't going to teach you any strategy, especially when you're searching through specific points. Or just think back to the old days, if you can remember or were around during those times as I was, of the old paperback guides. They didn't include cutscenes. You might have had a few screenshots here and there, but that wasn't the purpose of the guides. And I want to adapt that with my videos, of course. So my videos are strictly just the walkthrough and gameplay. I add suggestions of what I think you should equip. And there's times where I'm like right here, you're seeing me go through the menu and create some or formulate some strategy, minimal. And if I don't find it important, I should be just cutting it out to save time. Sometimes I don't, I just let it go if I don't spend too much time in the menu. But if I spend a little bit too much time just like sifting around trying to think of strategy, I'll just cut all that out and tell you what to do instead. Because time is of the essence, and we all know the age of the internet and attention spans. And time is short. We have so much to do in a small amount of time to do it. But we got another puzzle there. And another treasure chest, some frost shard. We'll learn about what those do later if we haven't explained already. And it's pretty straightforward here, folks. We're just going to be making our way up the mountain. And you could actually use this tornado thing, this little wind tunnel, to get a hold of a crown over there, which I'm going to show you here shortly. And somehow I blow it. Sorry, I was getting a drink of some Arnold Palmer iced tea, which, if for those of you that don't know, is half iced tea, half lemonade. I know, like, the rule of, like, you shouldn't be eating and drinking while recording a playthrough, but I am just getting back into this. I am a little rusty. I break into Valor mode here and waste it, because in the following scene, there's a cutscene, and it just removes my Valor mode. I was hoping to go Valor on everyone. This is a lot more intimidating looking than it actually is intimidating. It's pretty simple. Whenever you have a triangle command, take advantage of it. Otherwise, just attack normally, hack and slash style, and then you see speed trap, hit triangle for the arrow blade, and do damage. You do have a time limit, and we do have a counter of Heartless of going upwards, though, of how many Heartless we defeat. I believe the main focus of this is just to survive for the amount of time, which is not that difficult, folks. As you can see, Bolt Reversal takes us above the whole action, and just stay alive, stay quick, stay moving, stay evasive, and stay on the offense here. Not too much defense needs to be done. As long as you hit your commands, you'll be fine. It's pretty simple, folks. There's not much challenge there. It's more of just like a cool way to show like what the PS2 could handle at its time with all those enemies on the same screen at the same time. And this is where we gain access to limits. And I believe I do demonstrate a limit when I leave this section. Because right now we are returning back to where we started. Back to the village, and then even further back. Almost all the way back to the beginning of the level, actually. This is the first world, technically. I mean, I guess you could consider Hollow Bastion the first world, and even before that, Twilight Town. But this is like the first main mission I considered. I didn't really consider Hollow Bastion. Hollow Bastion was the Sora tutorial, and Twilight Town was the Roxas tutorial. And it's an interesting way to go about this game, because I'm just doing last minute checks for items and there aren't any. It's an interesting way to go about this game because when you start playing as Roxas, that's where they implemented all the new elements to this game. And that kind of got you in the mood of that. And then we go back to Sora, and it starts you off with basically the elements of the previous Kingdom Hearts. And now with this, we're starting to mesh them together by adding limits and progressing from here. I'm not saying it's a good excuse for as long... Oh, he just destroyed me there. Here's where I activate our Limit Red Rocket and take care of this guy. And I'm not sure if you noticed. I mean, I have not confirmed this, but being an avid fan of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, it's almost... It's very hard not to notice, but the voice of Christopher Lee has graced our presence in this game, if I'm not mistaken. If not, it sounds exactly like him. Okay, so what we're doing here, very simple. Just taking care of the enemies. You can run past them if you don't feel the need to, or if you want to try and play this game on a low level. I kind of like to just hack up the enemies as I see them. I do one last failed attempt at trying to reach this crown, and I let it go. 2 last failed attempts. And back to the village. And back to the village. Oh no, we have more friends. Yeah, that move, I've run into that move every time, and as intimidating as that move looks, it doesn't seem to take too much away from my HP. Just having a little fun with my limit, might as well. I do highly recommend using the drive ability when you can. Don't be too worried about wasting it. You can build it back up fairly quickly. As you see, when you defeat enemies and I guess you would call them items. I'm not really sure what to call them. Like the environments, interactive environments you can destroy, like these carts here and these fireworks. They will bring out little things that reboost your drive. But instead of heading back to where we came from, we're gonna head here to this mysterious area, which is right before the final boss of the Land of Dragons. Oh, excuse me. So what we have here is just a simple battle where they're all going to be a pain in the ass, but you should probably be able to handle this. Just be careful because these can gang up on you. Just beware of the commands when they come up. You see we have a red rocket command. That thing might get in the way and can be annoying. If you accidentally hit triangle, you will go into a limit that you don't want to use. But that's it for this video. We're going to follow it up with a final video for the Land of Dragons of us facing the final boss and be done with this world, where we can then move on to Beast Castle. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next vid.